Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Hancock on the mic and computer just to give a demonstration of the math that we are doing in class right now. We're doing double-digit times double-digit numbers. It's easy for you to say. It's a bit of a tongue twister for me, apparently. And it can be a difficult concept for students to grasp. One of the things that I tell my students is that it's very important that they keep their numbers in line. So you can see I have a grid here just to help them keep the numbers in straight lines. But I thought I would take the time to show you how we do this, as you have probably learned how to do this in a very different way and are maybe wondering what is going on with your students and how they are doing this. Probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Also, it might give you the opportunity to help your child just practice these things at home. So we're going to show you a problem here. We're going to start off with a problem like 13 times 12. Now, please forgive my writing numbers here as I'm using my mouse and not the smartphone. That's where my microphone is. I'm just going to create a box here. We call this our mystery box, and I told the kids I'd tell them what that is a little bit later. Now, when we're doing a problem like this, we were taught this way: 2 times 3, 2 times 1, 1 times 3, 1 times 1. But that doesn't really give an understanding of why our answers come out that way. So when we're talking to the kids, we're actually teaching them to think of these as their place values. So instead of 13, we're going to think of it as 10 plus 3. And we're going to think of 12 not as 12, but as its place value, which is 10 plus 2. And we are going to put our multiplication, we're going to add our line, and again, we're going to add our box here. And I'm just going to make sure that it's red, and I'm going to make it there. And this box will come in handy later on. So, again, I'm going to go back here and choose my marker. Good. So let's think of this as 4 small problems. On this side, we would think of it as 2 times 3, 2 times 1, 1 times 3, and 1 times 1. So we have 4 small problems making up one large problem. On this side, we're going to go 2 times 3 is the first small problem, 2 times 10 is the second small problem, 10 times 3 is the third small problem, and 10 times 10 is the last small problem. So we're going to start with our units. We call the numbers in the ones place the units. So we're going to start with 2 times 3. And I always think bottom up. 2 times 3, not 3 times 2. 2 times 3. And 2 times 3 is 6. Now because 6 is also units, we're going to put the 6 with the units. We want all the numbers to go with their related numbers. So, now that we've done that, then we're going to go to the second small problem, which is 2 times 10. Now 2 times 10 is 20. And we want to keep the 20 with all the other tens numbers. So we're going to put it there. And we're going to bring down our plus sign. Now here's the really cool thing that I didn't learn when I was growing up. I was just told to put a 0 in the next line. But nobody ever told me why you put a 0 on the next line to start. Well, here's why. When we go to our third small problem, I always want to say program for some reason, but problem, third small problem, we're going to go 10 times 3. 10 times 3 is 30. Now because it's a tens number, we have to put it with the tens. So we don't have any units anymore. We are automatically going right to the tens numbers. And 10 times 3 is 30. which goes with the other tens. And we're going to bring down our plus sign, and we're going to put a 0 there just as a placeholder. And that is why we have that 0 there, because we don't have any more units to add to that line of units. We go right to the tens. Then we go our fourth small problem, which is 10 times 10 is 100. So we're going to put that in the hundreds, which is over here. And again, we're going to put our plus sign. Now we are ready to add. 6 plus 0 is 6. 20 plus 30 is 50. 0 plus 100 is 100. Now I tell the kids you could have some zeros up here, but why? We don't really need them there. Here we want to put the 0 there to show that there's nothing there, but also just to make sure that we are going right to the tens there. So now I'm going to bring down my plus signs again, and I'm going to add that line up, and that gives me 100, I'm almost out of space here, 156. So that is why our numbers work the way we do when we're multiplying double digit times double digit. Okay? We have to think of them in terms of their actual place value. Alright? So let's go see how this looks like on the other side, the normal way. We want to get the kids to this way as quickly as possible, but we also need them to have a good understanding as to why it works that way. So we do quite a bit of work on this side with the place values, but eventually we get to this side. So we're going to start again with our first small problem, which is 2 times 3, and that is 6. Put that with the other units. Then we're going to go to 2 times 1, thinking bottom up. 2 times 1. Now remember, that's not actually a 1. That's a 1/10, or 10. So when we go 2 times 1, we're actually thinking 2 over here, 2 times 10. And 2 times 10 is 20. So we're going to use the number 2 to represent 2 tens, and it's in the tens row, so that's where we get the 2 tens from. Now we're going to go to our third small problem, 1 times 3. And again, that's not actually a 1, that's actually a 10 because it's in the tens row. So we think 10 times 3. Now 10 times 3 is 30, or 3 tens. And we show that it's 3 tens by putting the 3 in the tens. And we put that 0 to show that there are no more units. Now we can go 1 times 10. And again, it's not 1 times 10 as we see over here. It is 10 times 10. And 10 times 10 is 100. So I'm going to put the 1 to represent 1/100ths, or 100, and it's in the hundreds column. Now I can add my numbers up. 6 plus 0 is 6. 2 plus 3, or 20 plus 30, as we see over here, is 50, or 5/10. And 0 plus 1, or 0 plus 100, is 100, or 1/10. And we have the same answer. There and there. And we'll just go and we'll put some happy faces there just to say we're happy to have gotten the right answer. Next time, and the next video, we'll show you how to take a 3-digit number times a double-digit number. Thanks for listening, and I hope that helps. And parents, if you want to help your child with that at home, do some practice ones. Don't do any where you have to regroup the numbers on the top yet. We haven't gotten that far. We just want to make sure that they have the basics and make sure that they're doing it properly. And students, if you're listening, I hope that was a good review, and practice some more at home, and get really good at it so that we can get into even bigger numbers. Thanks for listening.